Hello and welcome to our very first episode of Student Podcast. I'm Dr. Shamila, your host, Foundation in Science lecturer from Center of Pre-U, UCSI University Springhill campus. Today, we are tackling a topic that every student know too well, preparing for SPM success. If you're currently surrounded by the books, sticky notes and empty packet of the Milo, don't worry, you are in the right place. So joining me today are two amazing guests, Connie and Sherin, both Foundation in Science student and most specifically say SPM 2024 Battlefield Survivor, and live here to tell you the tale. Hi Connie, hi Sherin.
Hi Doctor.
Thank you both of you to joining me. Before we jump into today's topic, please introduce yourself to our listener.
Hi everyone, I'm Connie and I'm from Johor. My previous high school was SMK Impian Amas in Johor Bahru. How about you, Sherin?
Hi everyone, my name is Shirin Riana. I'm 18 and I'm an ex-student of SMKP St. George in Penang.
Okay, so welcome Sherin and Connie. So before we dive into our serious stuff, I just curious about your stress relief snacks. Do you want to share your secret weapon to your listener?
I think for me it's definitely rice. I cannot live without rice. Yeah.
For me, it was almonds and also cashew nuts.
Okay, so it's a comfort food, can be anything as long you prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear. Okay, let's talk about the strategy. Connie, how did you smartly prepare for the exam before turning into the zombie, of course?
Yeah. For me, I think the smart preparation is finding a best method or best way for you to study that can really help you to understand, to remember all the important points in your textbook or in your past year paper.
So do you use the colorful things to do your
Yeah,
sticky
of
notes?
course. For me, I prefer to use sticky notes. Sticky note is definitely my best friend and my study buddies during SPM. Like, I like to write down all the important points, especially for sejarah, right? That have too much thing for us to memorize.
Yes,
so
too many facts.
yeah, so I will write down all the important points on the sticky note and I will just stick on that page. So when I do revision, right, yeah, I can know, oh, for this page, this is the important points that I should know. So that is really easy for me to do revision and save my time.
It's more colorful, more
Yeah,
attraction you
yeah.
have, and then each and every color bring the meaning for you. That's
Yes.
good.
Also,
That's
Connie,
good.
like for
Yeah.
me, right, for physics, what I usually do is before every chapter, I'll usually write the formulas in a sticky
Yeah,
note
yeah.
and like stick it on the first page of the chapter.
Yeah, that's
and it was very
really
useful as well.
Yeah. Besides, I think practice make perfect. So I also did a lot of past year paper and also trial question because, like, you know, the real SPM question is almost like the trial
It's
paper
a replica
question.
from your past year
Yeah.
question.
Especially for MMath and also mathematics, the question style is almost same.
Almost same.
Yeah,
It's
so-
like every 3 years once, 5 years one, they keep repeating.
So
that's
that
true.
you can also test yourself while doing the trial paper. Like from trial paper, we can also know what is the spot question or spot topic that we should focus more. So yeah, if you don't understand, don't be shy. Just ask your teacher. I think your teacher will kindly answer you, and yeah, maybe at the midnight also they will answer you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
True. Okay, so I can say it's a perfect balance. So you have the creativity through your sticky notes, and then
Yeah.
you have the practice.
Yes.
So the creativity plus with your practice is really a good idea. Okay.
Yes.
So normally sometimes the student will be overwhelmed because they are do too much. Correct or not?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
to avoid the burnout?
I think for me to avoid the burnout, I think don't burn the midnight oil and don't do last minute work. Since I did like this, so I know that it's very, very dangerous and very, very horror. Like actually study too late or rush everything at the last minute. Actually, your brain cannot retrieve it and cannot take it anymore. It will just make you like
Yeah.
more stressful and more tired only, right?
Correct.
So must plan your time wisely. Maybe do timetable that just useful for you lah.
Or start early.
Yeah. because we know like the early bird catches the worm, right? So start your revision early so that your study can become efficiently and get enough rest. Yeah, this also can build your confidence actually. Yeah, right.
Yeah, true.
Sherry, so what's your approach to study effectively? How the student can be study smart rather than hard?
Okay, so study smart and not hard.
Yes.
Okay, so especially after your trials right now, I feel like everyone's after trials right now, right? So it's obviously very too late to actually like do fancy notes and everything.
Yeah.
For me, you know, I kept scrolling. When I scroll through TikTok, like they say Pomodoro technique, this
Yes.
technique, and like so many techniques. But to be honest, none of it worked for me. So the
Yes.
best thing is to find your own method, and that's how I discovered my method. You know, some students actually like burn out like until 3 a.m.
Yes,
everything.
Because you need to understand yourself
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Either you are going to be the midnight owl or you are just going to be the
Yeah.
just early
Early bird.
preparation. Yes, the
Yeah.
early birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, some people I heard some people wake up at 4, some people sleep at 4 a.m.
Yes.
That
So-
was me when I was taking I took my SPM.
Yes.
Yeah, so like for me, I like it depends on the day lah. Okay, so let me be real about the quality over here. Number one is a distraction. So all of us have phones in our hand, and you know the moment your phone vibrates, you're very curious, like okay,
Yes.
who's texting me right now? So what I usually do is I off my phone and I put it like away from me.
Okay.
And so with
the
that,
only stuff you are going to open is your sticky notes and also your revision
Yes,
books,
yes.
right?
For now,
not your
before
TikTok,
SPM.
not your WhatsApp. Okay,
Yes.
listen, viewer.
so for my mindset, it's like the Netflix, the movies will still be there, the Instagram, TikTok, everything will still be there. But then SPM is just one, so just give your best to it lah.
Yes.
Okay, and then you'll be more effective because things that you can do in 5 hours, you can also do in 2 hours. Next, also emphasizing on studying smart. So when studying smart, you also want to have quality.
Yes.
So you wouldn't want to sit down for 10 hours and just waste your time and like, you know, just finish like one chapter, for example. So what I usually do is I set like 2 hours. When I set 2 hours, I make sure that within that 2 hours, I finish this topic. So I have goals. So when
So
you have
you
goals,
prepare the timetable or not?
mentally.
Mentally,
So speaking
okay.
about timetable, right? I didn't have any timetable.
Yeah, me too.
But what I usually do is the night before, I will be like, okay, tomorrow I want to do physics, this
Yes.
trial paper and that trial paper. I'll put it on my table. Then the next morning, I will just sit on my table and it gives me motivation to actually do so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can say it's a self-determination is come
True.
first, right? Correct or
Yeah.
not? You can have physically have the timetable or you can mentally have the
Mentally have
timetable.
the timetable.
But the thing is about yourself. Are you
Yes.
ready to take that step or
Sure.
not? Correct. Okay. So so it's very clear. Smart preparation mean a structured study, right? You have
Yes.
something to do it. Okay, let's move on to the exam week. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the time when the sleep really become a myth for the students.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sherry, how did you personally manage your stress and keep yourself calm during that week, especially the exam week?
I remember focusing on my main subject. For example, you should know your time. You should get your timetable by then. So you should strategize from there. For example, if chemistry is like a month away, so I wouldn't be using my week to study chemistry. I'll be preparing for BM and also English. So what I did was I read my essays. Like for BM, let me tell you, you should read all those fancy opening,
Yeah.
what we call pendahuluan,
Yeah,
and also penutup.
yes.
Those are really important things.
But
to
that
do.
one is depend on your ramalan, right? What you are
Yeah.
expecting
Yeah.
is coming out because sometimes it's not coming out.
Yeah. And that's why what our teacher encourages us to do is we have 18 teams for BM, for example. So we cover each topic, we
Yes.
cover like one karangan. That's what I personally did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to remain calm also, for me, I get very nervous during exams. So what kept me calm was that I was my own motivation.
Yeah.
I self-motivated you because at the end of the day, it's you and you. Correct? Like you
Yeah.
wouldn't have someone motivating you the entire time. So it's good to have a good mentality.
Yes.
So I said I look at SPM not as a challenge or as a burden, but I look at it as an opportunity
Yeah.
to open doors
Yes,
or a
correct.
getaway to a better
Yes.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, your 5
That's
years of
absolutely
secondary school is what is going to be the next step,
Yeah.
correct or not? Oh,
Also,
okay.
one more thing to add is to do your trial papers twice.
Yeah,
Connie, how
yeah.
many times you did your trial
I
papers?
think 3 or 4 times, especially for MET and mathematics. Yeah.
Can I know the logic behind why you want to keep repeating the same paper?
So the first time you do is because you don't know.
Yeah.
The second time you do, you strengthen your ability. I did twice only. Connie did 3 times.
So it means after the first trial, you're going to check the answer, you marking yourself,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
retry back, is it? But
Yeah.
that time you already know the answer scheme, what?
That's why you're
So what's
testing your
make the
knowledge.
difference?
You're testing your knowledge, like because sometimes you think that you know, but when you close your book and you ask yourself, then you don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay,
important.
that's the best strategy also. I don't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, other than this, okay, mostly what the student not doing during the exam weeks?
I think they cannot compare themselves with others because like we know everyone got different study style, right? So if you compare with others, you will feel like wow, so anxious and then less confident, right? Sometimes you will do like this, right?
Yeah, I mean it's very normal,
Yeah.
especially when it's very competitive. Then you like
Yeah.
your friend be like, oh, I already finished studying my sejarah. Then you're like in
Yeah.
your chapter 8, and then you're like, oh,
You
Yeah,
feel so
you
nervous.
cannot compare yourself with
Yeah,
your
yeah,
friends,
yeah.
okay?
Very bad.
Especially like I mentioned that you are like checking your friend's plate during the
Yeah.
buffet. Oh, you taking that? I'm not taking this, or something like that.
Yeah,
Each and everyone
good
they have their own
example.
part,
Own
they
part,
have
yeah.
own plan, right?
Correct.
So
Okay.
just follow your step and your own progress. Then I think the things that should avoid is avoid negative thinking. Sometimes we will think like I cannot get A, I cannot read. Oh yeah, don't think like that. I think we should think positively, like you can do it, I can do well, I can get A, I can get flying scholar result. Must be like that, right?
yeah. Also, Connie, like I read like a book before, like what you confess is what you possess.
Yeah.
So like whatever you confess every day, you'll automatically like suit yourself to it. So if you keep saying negative stuff, you will.
Yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
big no negativity,
Yeah.
right? And then focus on your lane only.
Yeah, if your
Okay.
attitude is good, I think everything should be okay. Yeah. I think the last thing lah is the most important one is you should eat. For me, breakfast is very important. Like for someone, if they feel stressed, they cannot eat a lot. And then after for me, if I didn't eat, I cannot remember everything during the exam. So take care of yourself, like drink more water, because if you have good health, so that you can get do well in your exam, right? Right, Shireen?
Yeah, true. But for me, it's different though. When I'm stressed, so I don't eat.
Yeah.
But it's a very bad habit. To be
Yeah, I
honest.
don't.
Okay, for me it's right opposite. When I'm stressed, I eat a lot. Okay,
Oh.
please stay healthy, eat healthy food.
Yeah.
Stress
Okay.
eat lah.
must
Okay.
control.
So, what about on the morning of the exam? Any special routine or good habit to start with? Sherry.
So for the morning of the exam, so as for the night, right? As for night, what I usually do is I sleep early.
Okay.
I sleep early and I go through my last notes because
Okay, your sleep early means what time you exactly will sleep?
my sleep early is 12 a.m. That's my
12
cut-off
a.m.,
time.
okay.
My cut-off time is 12 a.m. I cannot go beyond that.
Okay.
This is only for SPM lah. I'll be lying if I say I slept 12 for when I was preparing for SPM because I did not. So
Yeah.
I slept by 12 a.m. And what it's obviously let's accept the reality that you cannot cram 12
Everything together on the short period of time.
Yeah.
So the night before exam, what I usually do is number 1, I read everything. Number 2, I focus on what I'm weak at. Number 3, I look at my ramalan.
Yeah.
Then 4, I go to sleep.
Okay, the first thing you mentioned, you read everything. So what you mean by read everything? Are you going through all the 14 chapter, 15 chapter together?
You would be
Or-
surprised when I say this, yes.
Yes, me too.
It means you're going throughout the textbook and the revision book,
Yeah,
is it?
just
Or
recall
just
back.
focusing on the revision notes, something like that.
Okay.
Or you have a mind map.
Alright, so for that, what I usually do, for example, if I'm looking at chapter 15 of biology, so I will take everything that's related, my tuition notes, my
Is it
school
on the
notes,
evolution part?
everything. Huh?
Is it on the evolution part?
No, it's about what is it about? Menstrual cycle,
Oh,
something
okay.
about that. Yeah, it's a very hard topic for most of us. So what I did was I took all my notes, and that's what I mean by yeah.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned about the morning. As for morning, what I usually do is I usually wake up, I take a quick bath, I say a little prayer, and I just look at my last minute notes. Also remember I said just now how when you go to school you should avoid people
Compare.
Compare,
Yeah.
make a comparison,
Compare,
and then
yeah.
that time only they ask, oh, you already do this revision or not?
Yeah.
Yesterday
Don't do
night I
like
saw
that.
something regarding these things.
you feel very demotivated.
Yes,
Yes.
correct. Okay, so now let's talk about the actual exam. Okay, Connie, what's your strategy once the paper was start?
For me, once the paper start, I think I will read and I will answer the question that I know I confident to do first.
Okay.
Because sometimes when I see the difficult or long question, right, I will just ignore and skip first, because the long question actually we need use a lot of time to understand it, to do it, right?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and then I will also underline the key points of the question so that I can know what is the question request, so that I can know what is the answer that I should write. Yeah. Oh yeah, better don't use highlight pen during SPM because like our exam paper will scan through the machine, right? So if we highlight the word, I scared that later the word will cannot see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think time management is also very very important.
Yeah.
Like,
If let's say the paper is given 2 hours, you need to finish up early a little bit and you need to do revision again, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you cannot do like that to do the whole 2 hours just do the question.
Yeah, I will say lah, like section A, I will do in 10 minutes, 15 minutes like that. But sometimes got surprise of EMET. Right, we don't have time to recall back, so just read the instructions slowly and just do steady lah.
But I think for the admits, it's not the instruction, it's the question itself.
Yeah.
It's hard to understand.
But to help with that, what you usually can do is you can time yourself when you do your trial papers. That's very helpful.
For me, I usually will focus the high mark question, especially the essay question lah.
Correct. So you need to go for the high mark question because
Yeah.
consider like you already have some points over there.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, Sherin, how about you? Okay, so mostly during the exam time, how you manage your emotion?
Okay. The harsh reality is, sometimes a lot of students will have mental breakdown, emotional breakdown.
Yes.
But at one point, it was very tough because you feel overwhelmed. And that feeling of overwhelm, I feel like even those who are watching right now can relate very well. And it's very normal to have it. It's fine. But, as I said, you got to motivate yourself.
Yes.
Always make it a constant reminder that, SPM is important and it's never too late to start. You can start right now. You don't need a perfect time to start. And how I managed my emotion was that I talked to my parents and like they gave me motivation as well, and having a good circle of friends as well. And yeah, I definitely prayed a lot also, and I feel like gave me some sort of like peace as well.
Okay, you need to manage your emotion first,
Very
right?
well,
Yes.
yeah.
Before you start managing your time, you need to manage yourself.
For sure, because you don't have time to cry.
Yes,
Don't
even
waste
you
your
want to
time.
cry also,
Yeah.
never mind. After cry, you try again the
Yes.
questions. Okay, so mostly when you finish up your question also, you cannot pass up. You need to do revision.
Yeah.
So you need to manage also, okay? But the small thing, but the calm decision always come with a big difference. Okay? Okay, confidence, the invisible key to the success. Connie, what helped you to stay confident during when you're preparing for the exam?
I think it's because of the motivation and supporting from my family members, my cousins, my auntie, my friends, my teacher, especially my mother. They really help me a lot. Like they keep encouraging me, never give up on me, and support me, guide me. Yeah, and if I feel stressed, they will bring me out to shopping and also eat a lot of delicious food like that.
Actually that's the beautiful idea, you had a support from the family members, friends, and also nice food to encourage you.
So that I can know I'm not alone, and they make me like stronger, so that I will do my best to make them proud of me. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, Sherin, some students feel they are not good enough. Okay, they always have some kind of this thing, right? Okay, what message would you share with them?
Okay, so the root problem of you feeling like that is because you always compare yourself. You put yourself like next to someone, and it's very normal, especially coming from my school as well. I would be lying if I say I never felt like that. I sometimes also feel not good enough. But then looking back, I don't know why I felt like that, because sometimes you do well, but still you feel you're not good enough.
Yes.
Some people, you know where those people where they get 90 and then they start crying, then some people get 60 and then like they're so happy.
They're very
with it.
happy, right?
So
it's actually the way you are seeing at the marks.
the way this is not this is a whole process.
Consider
And
yes, correct.
so you should embrace every victory that you get. For example, if you get a C for your midterms and you get a B for your trials.
Yes, you make the continuous progress. That's the important
it's a
part.
progress. And I feel that's the beauty of SPM. It's about you rising up and taking an effort to actually like correct your mistakes. So never feel I wouldn't say it's definitely not easy to not feel good enough.
Yeah, you can say the falling down is the first step before you can rising up again.
Yes.
Okay. So it's really a beautiful words lah. It can really truly lift the students' spirit through their tough times. Okay, so thank you Connie and Sherins for sharing such inspiring and practical advice today. So before we wrap up, can each of you share a final tips for our students who are about to sit for their SPM?
Don't overthinking. Yeah, just be steady. Don't be afraid. 加油，加油。
Okay, wonderful advice and thank you Connie. How about Sherin?
For me, I would say keep going, don't give up. It's not the end. Even if it's messy, just do it. I mean, just don't
do
give
it.
up, and just do it.
Yeah, be brave.
And it's never a failure. You either win or you learn something, and just keep learning and embrace the entire process of high school and just do your best.
Okay, thank you Connie and Sherin. Okay, to all our listener, remember that SPM is not just a test of what you are memorized, but a reflection of your hard work, resilience and determination. Study smart, stay calm and believe in yourself. You are capable of more than you think. Thank you for joining us for the first episode of the Center of Pre-U Studies podcast series. I'm Dr. Shamila, Foundation in Science lecturer from Springhill campus. Signing off.
Bye.
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 Bye.